What's up, everybody? My name's Corey Allen. Of course, this is the Overton Report. Listen, first of all, I want to say thank you to the West Ashley and James Island Conservative Club. Yesterday, they held an event. Well, not really an event. It was like a learning session about legislation, how it makes its way through, and the Parental Bill of Rights and certain ESA accounts that some of the legislature is working on. It's interesting because at the same time that we were at this training session, the SCEA was holding an online discussion about misinformation and keeping misinformation from ruining public education. I found that ironic, considering what I'm about to show you. Pickens County, South Carolina. Some of you know that a teacher assigned the book stamped to her class. A parent found out, did research on the book, got upset. You can see actually an interview with her, Amanda, at one of our partners, the New America Movement. I'll link that in the description. It's a good one. And if you want to learn more, I'm not going to go into all of the details here, but you can go and I'll link the other video that I did on it earlier this week, and you can learn a little bit more about it there. Basically, let me break it down just a little bit for you. The book was assigned. The mother went to the teacher and the principal, and they went to the teacher and spoke with her for a while, and then went to the principal and spoke with them, and then the principal read the book. Oh no, it's a great book. This isn't CRT. First of all, it is, and my other video proves that, so I won't get into all the quotes and absurdities littered throughout. Suffice it to say that after her presentation, the teacher, or a teacher, had gotten up and said that they had been teaching it for 3 years and never had a complaint. That was line number one. Then they read it and said, oh, it doesn't violate the proviso. That's line number two. Then, what I'm about to show you is what the school district and the principal and the teacher are now saying, which is that the book was never even assigned. The student chose the book. It's not part of any assignment. So this is a tactic that the left, we often see them use, and the establishment. It's gaslighting. It's lie after lie, backing themselves into a corner, hoping that you will stumble on your journey to finding the truth. Now, that's a bold claim. I'm saying that the school is lying to the media? Is that really what I'm saying? Yes. Yes, it is. You want to know how I know that? Well, we had another parent come out from last year at the same school, same grade, same class, same teacher. And they complained to the school board about the same thing. So there's line number one. We've had no complaints about this ever before. We've been teaching it for 3 years, even though the book was published in 2020. It's currently 2022. That's beside the point. Now, you might be saying, well, that parent might be lying, right? Well, thankfully, that parent had the foresight to take photos of the assignment that was handed out based on the book. You can see that right here. Yeah. So all those questions, they definitely weren't of mice and men, you can see. No. So we have that. Now here's the other part. I'm going to show you this Fox Carolina clip, and you tell me if you can see what's wrong with it.
Well, guys, the teaching of critical race theory has been a hot button issue for quite some time, and this book right here is the center of the discussion at Pickens County School Board meeting last night. Now, parents on both sides, they had a lot to say. This comes after one Daniel High parent says Stamped, that book you see right there, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You, was assigned reading for her son's 10th grade English class. In checking with the district, they say that the teacher gave the class class an assignment that focuses on different perspectives, asking students to pick a topic and read a book from one of the options in their class. Now, they say Stamped was never an assigned reading book, rather a book that the student chose.
Okay, did you catch that? It's never been assigned. But listen here. As I told you before, the parent, Amanda, when she reached out to the teacher about this, the response wasn't, well, she chose this book. Well, your child chose this book. Well, this wasn't an assignment. Here's the response. Let me read it to you. And I'll put a picture up of the email. I'm going to block out the names just because, we're in the middle of some stuff here. But here's the email. I did not replace Stamped for your child, as there is only one assignment this semester that is solely based on the book. There is one assignment solely based on the book. What book? Stamped is the book. The one that wasn't assigned.
They say Stamped was never an assigned reading book, rather a book that the student chose.
The teacher refers to an assignment based solely on the book. But that's not it. It goes beyond that. I also instructed her to skip any questions based on the book on assessments, like future assessments, right? Like the 9 weeks midterm, when they ask questions about this assigned book. Now that this parent spoke up, this parent's child will be exempt from answering those questions. Also, the teacher went on to admit that she's going to be forced to modify the research project at the end of the semester for this parent's daughter because the assigned book Stamped is in the final project. That's a problem. So now we found out that the teacher, the principal, are lying to multiple media outlets, telling them that this book was not assigned. Why are they doing that? Because of that proviso. Because they know that they violated that proviso. Because they're so bold, they figured they could continue doing it and just gaslight anybody who found out about it. And this is why it's so important to keep an eye on this stuff. So, while the SCEA wants to talk about misinformation, why don't we talk about the misinformation that teachers and principals are giving to school board members, state legislature, the State Department of Education, and media outlets? You want to talk about attempting to divide? These lies are what attempt to divide. These lies are what cause the divisions. Okay? And look, the media, they're not beyond reproach here because they just typed in what they were told. No research was done. No research at all. It was the parent says this. Well, the school says
Stamped was never an assigned reading book, rather a book that the student chose.
None of that's true. So, no truth to be had here on corporate media. It's all just repeating the word of the state or the establishment as if it's undeniable fact. That is the definition of misinformation. So, what are the next moves? Well, I guess you're going to have to stay tuned and find out because I do believe that there are going to be some moves based on these lies. I mean, how do you do that? Honestly, like how do you lie to the media and gaslight a parent? They're calling this woman a liar when she has evidence and proof. They're calling her a liar in the media. What do you think the reason for that is? Same reason they call any conservative a liar when they show evidence of what they're saying. The same reason that they call anyone any name in the book that works when a light's being shown on what they're doing. It's an attempt at ostracization. It's an attempt at muddying the waters so that they can continue doing what they're already doing. And what is that? Well, that's implementing the tenets and pedagogy of critical theory in all its forms, despite the will of the parents, of the taxpayer, and of the people. They know best. They know best, according to them. And we have a corporate media that's all too happy to help them live in that world, despite the fact that it's utter and absolute nonsense. So, I'm really disappointed in Pickens School District, at Daniel High, at the principal, at the teacher. I'm very disappointed that they will lie on a parent's name who has evidence because, well, they've always gotten away with it before. That's why. There's never been any consequence. So why would they think that they'd have to do anything else? Why would they think that they'd have to be honest? They've never had to face consequences before. Why would they think they need to follow proviso 1.105? The proviso last year about masking, well, that was ignored with impunity. No schools had their money taken, their state funds. So why would they ever think that it would happen because of this? Well, there's no reason for them to. So I challenge you to reach out to your legislator because, again, this is not just Pickens. This is happening everywhere. We see the books in Beaufort County, in Horry County, in Charleston County, in Greenville County. We see it everywhere. But thankfully, we have an opportunity to send a message if we take it. But as conservatives, all too often, we stand on our back heel and we let the opportunity pass because we don't want to rock the boat. Well, this is a time where the boat needs to be rocked, if not flipped entirely over. Let's sink critical race pedagogy in schools, shall we? My name's Corey Allen, and this is the Overton Report.